Today we will try to bake bread with Kveik yeast. Kveik yeast is a Norwegian farmhouse ale yeast, and it's used for brewing beer. But as it is a shortage now, it seems to be people can't get yeast. We will try to look at other alternatives here on my channel. I already have a video where I try 3 different dry beer yeast against like a normal baker's yeast here in Sweden, so you can go and check that out. But I thought I'm gonna try some liquid yeast today, and this is a Kveik yeast. Also gonna show you how to build up your own yeast, do sourdough in another episode. Then we're gonna try to bake bread with yeast slurry, and also, as this is my channel, might also try to do and also, as this is my channel, we might even try to do like a beer bread or a hoppy bread, or just something wild and crazy. So guys, let's get into that. I'm DrHans, this is DrHans Brewery, my channel about beer and home brewing. So if you want to learn with me how to become better at beer and brewing, consider becoming a subscriber, and also now baking. I normally don't really measure things when I'm baking, but let's do it today so you get a base for doing this. And I don't know how much to use really, but yeah, let's try to use it all and see what happens. So I will be adding the Kveik yeast. What's that? 100 milliliters of yeast slurry. Got 3 deciliters of water. Some salt also, but let's add some flour to this. And this is just all-purpose flour. I don't think we have like the self-rising flour here in Sweden. 1, 2, how many? 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe. Let's try that. Let's add the salt. That was 1 teaspoon. I have my own water from my own well, but I'm guessing you will be fine with tap water or what you have at hand. Okay, we need more flour. Let's just spread some flour out. Yep, hands getting dirty. Will it bake? Of course it will. I'm not really worried that it won't bake. It's a quite loose dough, and I want to have it loose, but yeah, I also don't want it to be too sticky. So I normally just do sour bread when I bake, but yeah, so I do this for you guys, for the channel. But yeah, look out for the sourdough bread. I'm actually building up a sourdough starter from malt, so that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, that video is gonna take a little while because I'm building up the starter, and then of course we will bake a beautiful bread with it. I'm gonna continue kneading this. And the cool thing about sourdough, we're not baking like a sourdough bread here today, but I need something to talk about while I'm kneading this. The cool thing about sourdough is that I usually don't knead it, but today we will knead it because it's not a sourdough bread. So just add, now it's starting to be better. Add a little flour if you need to. The more you work with your dough, you will stretch the gluten, and now it's not longer as sticky. I will try to stretch out the gluten here. You can also stretch bread like this by folding, but we'll do that later. This is a good way to stretch out your dough. I really enjoy baking, but I don't do it often. And as I said, when I do sourdough. Sourdough pizza, you want to see that? Maybe in the summer we can do sourdough pizza in my wood fire oven. Now it's starting to become stretchy. But I will let this rise twice. First we will proof it in this container, and after that I have a proofing basket. Put some flour in there. If it was clean you could have put some oil in there also, but yeah, okay, so that goes in, and we will let this sit and see if it rises. I'll put this somewhere a little bit warmer. Big shout out to BrewGoat helping out with the Kveik yeast for this experiment. So this video is a sponsored video, so I'm supposed to talk about BrewGoat. BrewGoat is a friendly Swedish homebrew supplier. So yeah, go and check them out. They ship like everywhere, I think, mostly, like at least Europe. Okay, so first link in the description. The dough has been proofing now for an hour, and yeah, it has doubled in size. So let's check it out. Look at that, worked flawless. Let's take the dough out, shape it and put it in the proofing basket, and we're gonna let it sit for maybe an hour if it goes like this. You don't need a proofing basket, but they are really nice. Nice dough. Okay, so I'm gonna fold it a few times, but it will become bread. You don't have to be like super fussy about things. And now we're gonna do like the folding technique where we fold the bread underneath. Where we fold the dough underneath. It's a really soft, beautiful dough. Hopefully it will be bread. Yes, it is a bit large maybe. Just keep on folding, stretching the dough. Has a little spring to it. Okay, so we're gonna put this into the proofing. Gonna let that sit for maybe another hour. One hour later, and check this out. Okay, so it has been proofing like crazy. I like to show you a simple way to bake bread. And it's don't need to move that. It's using a Dutch oven. So this is a cold Dutch oven. So we'll try to flip this. Are you ready? Flip it. Please come out. Yes, beautiful. It's a big bread. Let's score it. We'll try to make some scores. Okay, that will have to do. Then we will just put the lid on. The idea is that this will go into a hot oven for 20 minutes. I've set the oven to 250 Celsius, that's 482 Fahrenheit. So it will go in for 20 minutes with the lid on, And what will happen is that the bread will steam itself, so it will be like a professional baking oven. And after 20 minutes, we take the lid off and bake it for another 20 minutes. Okay, so totally 40 minutes, 20 plus 20. And the color and the crisp surface will come from the last 20 minutes. Of course, let's put this puppy in the oven. 20 minutes is done in the oven. We're gonna go for another 20, but first we'll have to take off the lid. And yeah, of course, we're gonna check out the bread. Let's check it out. It has expanded, but it has no color. So now it goes back into the oven. Look at that. We need something to cool this down on. It's hot. So you want to rest your bread. Look at that beautiful bread. That's the simplicity with a Dutch oven. So we're gonna let this rest. We ain't gonna cut it up right now because it will be steamy. Did you hear that? I will just let this rest for like 20 minutes. It's like snap, crackle and pops. Which strain was it we used? It was a Strada strain, but from Omega Yeast, OYL 057. Of course, this will be expensive, but you don't have to use it like this. You could like grow a starter and harvest a starter and grow a starter from that. I have a starter video, which I will link down below, how to make a proper starter. I have some Kölsch here, homebrewed Kölsch. If you don't know what a Kölsch is, I have a video where I travel to Cologne to learn about Kölsch, and also have a grain to glass Kölsch video. I will link to them down below. It's time to break the bread. Come over here. Are you ready? Are you excited? Okay, so it's still steaming. It looks like bread. We should have waited a bit really, but yes, it is what it is. It's video. Butter makes everything better. It's finally time. Let's taste the Kveik bread. Maybe we should like sniff it first. It just feels like new baked bread. Cheers. Very nice. Does it taste funny? No, not at all. It doesn't have like big air pockets, but it's so soft. It has risen very well. So yeah, it's a success. And it took no longer than to bake like an ordinary loaf. The yeast was just from the fridge. But yeah, Kveik is supposed to be really monster. It is when brewing beer, so it worked here fine also. It's a baking day, so I have another yeast here with an old yeast slurry that has been sitting in my fridge for like 5 weeks. So subscribe and check that little bell so you get notified when that video comes out. We also have like the sourdough video also. But yeah, if you like this video, be sure to also give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, smash the dislike button twice. I'm gonna have another one after this video. Cheers guys, and thanks for watching. DrHans out.